Hi everybody, this is Rocky again, and it is Thursday, April 29th, 2021, and it's about 6:30 in the evening. It's been a while since I've made a video. I'm going to try to do this one, and it will be minimally processed and minimally edited to just try to get it out there because it's been a long time since I've done one. The last one, it was published on the 30th of October 2020, which is still about 6 months ago. So it's been a while. So let's catch up. What's happened since that time? As mentioned in my birthday video, we were having some plumbing issues at the time. It had started just before my birthday, and it continued on for a couple weeks after. I've got a lot of footage of that issue in the can, so to speak, that has not been processed into a video. But so that was the first issue I had. The next thing was the holidays snuck up on us. Then towards the end of the year, there was a vacant lot next to us. Up went the signs and everything, and they started construction on that lot. Hi everybody, it's the 30th of April 2021. And it's about 6 o'clock in the evening, 5:51 I guess, if you want to be perfect about it. We'll go out the door here, and here is the construction site. This construction site, they've been working on it for a number of months now. You can see this was just a vacant lot with some trees and grass and various things. You can probably see it in some of my previous videos. But they've completely redone this. They hauled away a bunch of dirt, lowered the level of it down. Where the top of those blocks are, right over here. Let me see if I can zoom in. The top of those blocks right there is about how high the thing was, and then they dug down, and it sloped gently from there all the way down to the street. Maybe not so gently, but yeah, pretty much gently. So they've dug it all out. They dug it about, I'd say maybe 4 feet deeper than it is right now, and filled it all full of rocks, hauled away the dirt, which was basically fill dirt. And they've got it all set up now so that the house can be built on this nice, kind of rock solid thing. They also pounded the rocks with a industrial jackhammer to try to get them all to settle good. That was something that they had to do apparently. And now they're waiting for, it's been, maybe a couple weeks now that they have, since they've been working on it, and they are waiting on approval. They changed the plans for the house, and apparently the city has to approve that, and the city's kind of slow about doing stuff like that. So we've been, had a little bit of reprieve from all the noise for a little while. Anyway, there it is. That's what it looks like. Now this little lot here, theoretically they're going to be building a 4,200 square foot home on this 5,700 square foot lot. So it'll be interesting to see when it happens. Once again, it's April 30th, 2021, and it's almost 6 o'clock, and there's a video of that. Bye. Hello everybody, it's Rocky again, and this is Sunday the 2nd of May 2021, and here's another view of the lot next to us. There's our cars right down there in our driveway. That's what the lot looks like from this angle. And I guess today they're having a birthday party over next door, and they've erected this huge thing. Wow, there's a child up on top of that thing. I don't know if you can see right there. They get way up there and then slide down or something. Wow. think that's a rental blow-up thing. At least I hope it's a rental blow-up thing. I hope it's not a permanent addition to the neighborhood. Anyway, they're having a birthday party or something over there. And there's the view of the thing, the video I was going to take, which is the view of this lot that's been prepared for the house. Bye. Again, it's May 2nd, 2021, Sunday. It's about 7 p.m. Bye. One of the first things that we had to deal with was, since they were going to work on the lot, was to inform them that our water line ran directly across the lot, right through the middle of it, right under where the spot was that they were going to build their house. The contractor verified that indeed our line did run across the lot, and he said he would have to move it, and which we were fine with, providing it was, still not too much of an inconvenience for us. He started on it long before he replaced our water line, but during that construction, he had to shut off our water at one point because the water line developed a leak. He found the leak, he repaired that leak. That took a while. Then a little later, he replaced the water line, rerouted it around a different way so it wouldn't be under the house, the new house that's going to be built there. And that was all very stressful for us. We didn't know what was going to happen, but the contractor was a great guy. He did it all, got it all done, and routed it around and had some plumbers hook it up late one night. And I have videos and photos of that as well. One thing that happened, they told us to open up our water mains. Let's see, they wanted us to shut off our water main initially so that our water wouldn't leak back through and flood the area where they were disconnecting the thing that connected to our house. And then they hooked it all up and then opened it up, had us open that main valve in our house, and then they turned on the water there. And suddenly, and we opened some faucets and stuff, and suddenly the water came surging through the house and going through the faucets, and it worked, but not without problems. And we had one faucet, a bunch of faucets where crap and garbage and rocks and solder and stuff came out of it, probably from when they built the house. The house is about 13 years old. We bought it about 7 years ago. But in that process, it ruined a couple of our faucets, and one of them wouldn't shut off. So we got it at the point where it was a dribble, but it was about 100 to 200 gallons a day that it was dribbling out. And the next day snowed, and there were several snow days, so we didn't dare try to replace the cartridge in the faucet in case we goofed it up, because then the whole house we would have had to shut the house off. So we waited until the snow went away, and we fixed our faucets, and they're fine now. But we did have to do that after the surge of water. Had we not turned our main on, it might not have been as bad of a problem. But anyway, live and learn. All's well that ends well, except it was a bit stressful for us during those snow days to have, a couple hundred gallons of water going down the drain every day that we had to pay for. But we didn't have to pay for the rerouting of the water line, and it's all been done. Our water pressure's back up, and it looks like they'll be able to build their house and not have to mess with our water much longer. So that happened. And then at the beginning of this year, I ended up with, I had a retained baby tooth. A dentist put a stainless steel cap on it for some reason. So I've had this little baby tooth for, ever since I first got teeth. 50, 60 years, something like that. 60 years, I guess it would be. That was my oldest tooth, and suddenly that cap, that stainless steel cap, it got loose and eventually fell off. So I had to go to the dentist. The dentist said I had to go to a surgeon. So I had a couple dentist visits, and then I went to my initial visit at the surgeon, and they evaluated me for the surgery, and then they took my blood pressure, and my blood pressure was through the roof, and it was 112 over. I'm sorry, 192 over 112, which is extremely high. And the surgeon said, "I'm not going to work on you until you go to another doctor and get this blood pressure under control." I did that, and the good news is that I'm now on a medication that takes care of my moderately high blood pressure, which is exacerbated anytime I go to a doctor. I have extremely high, it's called white coat syndrome. Whenever I go to a doctor, my blood pressure goes up. I don't know why, just something that happens. Anyway, so I went, that was a bunch more doctor visits to get my blood pressure under control, and now it's better than it ever has been. I've always had marginally high blood pressure. Now I don't. I have a little lower than average, and it's good. I'll probably live longer because of that. So went back to the dentist, or called the dentist up and said, "Hey, let's do this." And he said, "No, let's wait another month." So we waited another month, and then I had surgery on my teeth, and that was quite an ordeal. I didn't know. They had me sign paperwork saying that I knew that there was a possibility I could die. It wasn't likely, but you sign that stuff, you get a little worried, you get a little stressed. They took me in, hooked the IV up to my arm, and said, "We're going to let you relax a little bit." And bingo, the next thing I know, I was woken up, my tooth was out. They'd taken all the decayed tooth out, and now I've got a spot, and they're going to evaluate it for an implant. So that happened. And then we went and got our COVID shots. Let's see, I've got a little notes here. The construction continued on. That was not very good because they'd start at 7 in the morning with lots of noise, and I go to bed real late and wake up late, and my schedule and their schedule didn't work. Right now they are they're not working over there because they made changes on the plans, and the city has to approve the changes, and apparently the city's kind of slow about that type of stuff. So they're not doing the construction right now. And now the gardening season's starting. Hi everybody, this is Rocky Wilson once again, and it's April 30th, 2021, and this is a quick peruse of our garden. This is our front garden, and all the flowers and everything are doing well. We're having a few issues with the watering system, but everything's growing well, so I guess maybe we're not. Flowers are coming out bright and pretty, like every year. And there's our frog, looking solemn. So we move up here. We've got a pile of compost that we had brought in. 9 yards of it. 9 yards is a lot of compost. Over here, there's an azalea. I think that's a form of hydrangea. So continue through here. There's our little motorhome, by the way. Compost bin. Future site of tomatoes. We haven't cleared the pots out there, but they're planned to be cleared, and the tomato plants have been purchased. This is a non-producing plum. A lot of pots that all need to have new stuff put in them. I think most of this has been overwintered from last year. Sure would like to get that thing filled with strawberries. That's what it's designed for. That might happen. It may not, though. Maggie's been pruning all the trees this year. It's looking good. This one was really sickly last year. Well, let's see. Yeah, there we go. And you can see that it's expert. She did a great job pruning it. Well, if you'd seen it before, you'd know. It should still be a little bit more open for the light and everything, but you can only prune them so much each year. That's a fig tree right there. That's a persimmon right there. Both of them have strawberries underneath them. Those 3 pots right there, there are 3 in a line, are going to be, I presume, tomatoes. There were tomatoes last year, produced pretty well. They're right out in the sun there. Here's where a lot of our lettuces and chard, etc. There's some raspberries there, more lettuce type stuff, more lettuce type stuff, and then a few raspberries. More lettuce type stuff up there. I guess she planted that recently. This is overwintered arugula that needs to come out, but we have a couple little red birds that have been eating it. Very pretty birds. 2 pots full of fennel there. We hardly ever use it, but it's good stuff. And as other year previous, this is our raspberry bed with yellow raspberries on this end and red ones for the last 2/3 of it. That bed down there is blackberries. This bed, or this tree right here, is a medium-sized plum tree. It was nothing but a stick when we first moved in, but it's producing lots of plums this year. Here's a rhododendron, and here's our blueberry and blueberry and strawberry patch. New for this year is a entryway pad that we had put in. We're intending on putting a gate here this year. Last year we just had a fence. We have to fence it off because the bunnies are back. But wowee, we have lots and lots of flowers on our blueberries and strawberries. Okay, once again, that's our persimmon right there. And then, what are they called? They're called a Italian prune plum. Really good. We get lots and lots of plums each year. We've only got two of the plum trees now. There was one between these 2 trees at one point, but it got so sickly we had to have it taken out. That's a Japanese pear, kind of like an apple. I think they're called Asian pears in stores. Then this is a Fuji apple tree that, once again, Maggie's pruned them very nice this year. There's a little resident bird right there. Whoops. And what on earth is that? Oh, there's something else. And here's another Fuji apple. Our big vegetable bed. Maggie's got something growing under these. I think it looks like chard. She put the domes over so the bunnies couldn't get it. And here's our Korean pear tree right here. And that's the garden for April 30th, 2021. We actually removed, there was a rose here, we've had it removed because it kept poking us. And we're going to put something else in here. So, there we go. And that's the state of our garden on April 30th, 2021. Thanks, and thanks for watching. Oh, it's Rocky Wilson, by the way. And it's about 6:10, something like that. What is it? 6:13 in the evening on April 30th, 2021. Bye. Oh boy. Hi everybody again, it's Rocky Wilson, and it's May 2nd, 2021, Sunday, and here's another view of our garden from the bird's eye view. There's the pile of compost. The window's not letting the camera through very well. And here, over here, is our backyard. That's the blueberry bed there. And again, it's Sunday, May 2nd, 2021. a quick view of our garden. Bye. That's brings you up to snuff. And I'm going to go ahead and shut this video off at this point. So thank you for watching. More videos on the way. Thank you again for watching. And it's Rocky again, Rocky Wilson. It's April 29th, 2021, and it's still a little after 6:30 now. Bye.